Hey everyone, welcome back to Redditly. Today's video is an update video to yesterday's upload, and it's titled, Need Support, I'm Surviving. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let's get right into it. I asked my wife to come back about 10 days ago. Our 33rd wedding anniversary is tomorrow. We're all like zombies these days. I don't know how to process this. I'm not seeing a therapist or anyone right now. I've confided in a few people, but I don't really have a clue. Close confidant. My wife has served that role for the last 33 years. Obviously, I didn't kill myself and have decided not to no matter what. I had that all worked out. I even investigated all the legalities and insurance loopholes of what suicide means as far as life insurance, pension death benefits, etc. It would all be covered. My wife and children would still get the benefits they'd get if I died of natural causes. The relationship is different with my daughters and I. We all proclaim our love and that I'm still their dad constantly, but it seems like we are trying to convince ourselves of that as much as anyone else. It's still different now. I don't know if I can ever be the same. I know beyond a shadow of doubt that I can never be the same. Of all the damn things to trip up my wife's secret, a silly ancestry DNA test. She was going to take the secret to the grave. According to her and the only other human being that knew, her sister, this has haunted her for decades. She knew what she was risking losing, and once it was over, the fog had cleared. She knew how stupid, selfish, and immature she had been. She's the baby of her family. She was daddy's girl and very spoiled when we first got together. The other man's family has been informed. We, daughters and I, felt that since they are in his bloodline, that his family should know. Needless to say, there are some very shocked people on their side. Welcome to the club. My daughters have been introduced to some half-siblings they never knew they had. They are good girls and constantly shower me with, "You're my dad forever, I love you, Papa," and all that. And I do appreciate it, but it's not the same. It just isn't. They aren't my flesh and blood. They never were. These days, my wife is the one that is suicidal. She's crushed that this has caught up with her. She really hoped to take it to the grave and was willing to accept and internalize the guilt and shame as her penance/punishment for what she did. For years, she said things like, "You're too good for me. Why are you so good to me? I don't deserve you." She'd also say things like, "I'm a S person and I don't know why I was blessed with a husband like you. I don't deserve you." I just figured that was out of self-esteem issue because she was a wonderful person, an amazing wife and mother that absolutely did deserve a good husband that treated her well. One of my primary missions in life was to be the husband she deserved. My own career has been limited over the years because I decided young that my family always comes first. If a promotion meant more hours at the office, then I didn't want it. I turned down several much higher paying jobs because they had 25 to 50% travel requirements. We were never rich or even well off, but we had enough to pay our bills and spend a lot of time together as a family. This is what was/is important to me. My family means more to me than anything. It's a huge cosmic kick in my nuts that this family I cherished more than anything was not 100% legit. My two daughters, who were the apples of dad's eyes, aren't my children. Now that I reflect back on those things my wife said, I know it was her guilt and she had done such a horrible thing, but still had a good family life, a husband and children that adored her and thought the world of her. Now those things she'd say make sense. She has offered to do anything I ask and is doing all kinds of research on what to expect and how to help heal the family. She is going to a therapist to help her deal with this enormous ton of guilt and shame that now has come to the surface and is crushing her. She can barely look at our children in the eye. They held her in a very high regard. We all did. I can see the pain, not just the pain of getting caught and how it affects her, but the pain of true remorse and knowing what she has done to us. We have started talking about the affair. It's tough because we both break down emotionally. Both of our hearts are broken. Anyway, we got married young, 19 years old. We had our first child at 21. We became husband and wife and mom and dad very young, and that was who we were. She was always a great mother and wife. She says she was still so young and very spoiled, selfish, and had a sense of entitlement, and had some resentment that she was so off the market at 21 as a wife and mother, even though all her friends were still out there, getting all kinds of attention from guys and snowing their wild oats, something she felt she had cheated herself out of, but didn't regret marrying me that young because she loved me with all her heart and didn't want to lose me. She said neither of them ever once talked about leaving their families to be together. They were each other's escape routine from family life. She tells me that she knows her words don't mean S to me and that she's a liar and did a horrible thing, that if I'm really to listen to anything, then I need to know beyond a shadow of doubt that her heart was only ever belonged to one person in her life and still does, and that's me. She said she has never regretted being my wife and a mother to our kids, and that has been the joy of her life. She says there is no way she can magically fix this, and if she could go back in time and talk to her younger self, she'd tell her, don't do this horrible thing. What do you think is harmless could ruin your life? She keeps telling me it was stupid, it was 100% her fault. She was stupid, selfish, immature, and did a horrible thing to me and our family. She said I didn't deserve it and I can't be married to her anymore, that it would kill her, but she would understand and only wants what is best for me. She said whether we stay married or not, she will love me only until her last breath. She had some very meaningful talks with her sister, and she was staying with them, and her sister told her that she was a huge spoiled brat back then, and that she's grown into a wonderful human and woman during the years. But it was time to face the music, be 100% honest about everything, and throw herself on the mercy of the court. She has been doing that. One thing bugging me is people that know, including my wife and children, are treating me like a man that just got terminal cancer diagnosis. They're really sorry and don't know what to say, so they're just overly sympathetic to me. I understand I wouldn't know what to say to someone in this position. Yesterday, my wife asked if I even wanted to acknowledge our anniversary. She said she'd like to do something nice for me and if I would allow it, but she totally understands if I don't want to recognize it. I said, don't be silly, we're going to our favorite Mexican restaurant like we have done for years. We still made it to 33 years. We just have a new life challenge to figure out, which we will. That brought a short and quick smile to her face, then made her cry. Sob uncontrollably is more like it. She does that a lot these days. Her sister has told her to knock it off, which she's trying to do. So here's the deal. I've had time to digest this whole thing and I've done nothing but think about it over and over. Looked at it from every angle, studied all the little pieces and considered everything that has happened and all possible outcomes. What she did all those years ago was very stupid, selfish, cruel, heartless, bad thing. What she did breaks my heart like it's never been broken. But my heart will heal. Life is full of joy and pain. This is a time of pain, but there will be joy again. I try to be a strong person. I have had my time to lament this and examine it in every way. I know my course of action and will not waver on it. Tomorrow night before dinner, I'm going to tell my wife that she's been a wonderful wife to me and mother to our children. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in life to share the joys and endure the hardships with. As she has told me, I will tell her that my heart has belonged only to her since the day I met her at our after-school part-time job in a local retail store when we were 17 years old. I've always loved her and still love her. Every day I thank God that she is in my life and my wife, even now. Tomorrow night I'm going to tell my wife that I forgive this foolish thing and that aside, she's still been the finest wife and mother to children that a man could ever ask for in life. We will have a good cry, hug, and comfort each other. Then we will go to dinner and maybe go see the new version of A Star is Born and have a wonderful anniversary. I will love, honor, and cherish my wife as I have for 33 years and as she has for me. I will love all my children as I always have since the day they were born. I will be strong and the leader of my family for any of them that need to cry about this, talk about this, or whatever, but I will not speak of it again. I know what happened, I can't change it. We will survive it together. I refuse to let this tear us all apart. As odd as it is to say at 51 years old, I think we may have just grown up. This has been a gut-wrenching experience and I'm sorry for everyone that goes through something similar. It hurts. I'm the last person to give advice on it, but I'd encourage any of you to not let it destroy you as I considered doing in the beginning. Be strong and good luck.